Guess what? Oh, good.
Entertainment like never before at Levy Cinemas. Located conveniently downtown, Levy Cinemas is a one-stop destination for movies, relaxation, and fun. Step into our state-of-the-art theaters and indulge in the latest blockbusters in stunning clarity and sound. But that's not all. Levy Cinemas offers more than just movies.
That's one.
Visit our exclusive lounge area where you can unwind before or after the show. Enjoy a wide selection of drinks and snacks in a comfortable and stylish environment. But for those looking to challenge their friends, check out our pro tables right here at the cinemas. Whether you are a novice or a pro, our tables are ready for a friendly game while you wait. Make your movie night more than just a movie night. Make it an experience. Levy Cinemas, where entertainment meets relaxation. Visit us today at Levy Mall, or you can visit our website www.levycinemas.com and see why we are more than just a cinema. Levy Cinemas, movies, lounge, pro table, everything you need for the perfect night out. Expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Sky FM.
Lovely evening, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Sky Forum. Remember, this is an interactive program that comes your way every 19 hours, weekdays, 19 hours to 20 hours. That's like 60 minutes of discussing governance related issues and a lot more. My name is Alfred Chimba. I am your host this evening, and I'm super excited because tonight we are hosting a man that actually has made his first appearance on Sky FM radio, and that's Dr. Richard Silumbe, President of the Leadership Movement. President, good evening and thanks for coming.
Well, thank you very much once again for giving me this opportunity to be on Sky FM.
Indeed, how have you been? How have you been?
Well, I've been fine. We are moving, and we are getting on the ground politically. Though it's tough, you have been seeing the behavior of the UPND. The UPND has sharpened its knives to stop the political parties, opposition from campaigning, from showcasing themselves, and this is what we are experiencing. And we are warning the UPND to make sure that they stay in their lane and allow other political parties to ensure that they spread their message as well.
Coming to that, and now that you've just scratched on it, Mr. President, let's get into it. The political atmosphere, how do you find it regarding the state of affairs in the country, and how is the leadership movement, positioning itself in that sense?
Well, as you are aware, leadership movement has been participating in many by-elections. In Southern Province, we are usually found only the two of us, UPND and the leadership movement. Western Province, the same. We are very disappointed by the acts of the UPND, the habit of abducting our candidates and then winning an election by false pretense. That is unacceptable. You saw what happened just recently. Our members were, taking a walk in Mutendere, and they were arrested by the police, who happened to be cadres clad in the police system, because we are seeing slowly but sure the police being infiltrated by cadres, UPND cadres.
Mr. President, when you talk of abduction of your members, I think these are strong allegations. What have you done as a party leader in that regard to ensure that your youth are treated, and of course given the attention that this matter it deserves? Looking at abduction is a serious issue.
That is what happened. You remember the previous by-election in Alikwanda Ward, when we were participating, on the two of us, leadership movement and UPND, and our candidate was abducted by the UPND. when we talked about it, then late after some days, he appeared with Gilbert Rusanisu campaigning for the UPND. What does that tell you? It tells you that the party in power doesn't have the real guts to face an election in a free and fair manner, but rather to use unscrupulous operations to ensure that they win an election. That is unacceptable. We did complain to ECZ, but we know that at this time around, the UPND can do whatever they want and get away with it because they are in power. So it's not a question of questioning the abductions or unwarranted arrests of our members in Mtendele simply because they are wearing t-shirts written "Vote for Dr. Richard Silumbe" in 2026. So these are some of the problems that we are seeing with the UPND. The UPND is going towards using methods that are unacceptable in a democratic state, and we are appealing to the UPND to ensure that they stick to the lane of promoting democracy, promoting rule of law, and ensuring that it's a level playing field for all political parties, because that is the least we expect from them, especially that President Hakainde Hichilema, has been the victim of cadreism and police brutality himself. We remember when we saw him jetting off the roof at Rooster Radio in Ndola when he was ransacked by cadres. At minimum, we expect that if he fails everything that he promised, he would deliver justice on the political arena. But alas, this is not what we are seeing today, and we are very disappointed with the UPND government.
You as a government in the waiting, as a leadership movement, what is it that you're going to do different when it comes to upholding the rule of law?
We want to ensure that police is not used as a tool for political innuendos. This is what is happening today. We are using the police to clamp down the opposition. We are using the courts to clamp down the opposition. This is unacceptable, and we expect the UPND government to do better. That is what a leader or a government that knows leadership and a government that respects rule of law and respects democracy would be doing, not what we are seeing with the UPND government.
I know for sure that the President Hakainde Hichilema is on record saying his government has ensured that the rule of law is observed, and he has no hand in the operations of the judiciary and everything that surrounds application of the law. Do you still insist that obviously these doings that you are alleging right now, President Silumbe, are an act of the president himself?
Of course, not directly, because these are the questions that you would ask those days when Edgar Chabalungu was in power, when police became criminals who would shoot down people everywhere. We saw it happen everywhere. We lost in Samansa, man, so many people, and the PF would simply say no, this has got nothing to do with the president. So now, if we are going through the same drain of substandard leadership, what are we saying to the future generation? A president must ensure that he presides over his people so that people can observe rule of law, democracy, and human rights. All those that support democracy should be upheld, all those principles. But if we have principles being abrogated and then people are saying, no, so the president is just the happenings of independent police officers, then we don't have a leader. Then we don't have a government to talk about. It means that we have failures who have failed lamentably, and they only deserve to be voted out. This is what we are seeing today. And when we talk about democracy, this is the list. Look at so many things that the UPND government has failed. They have failed to deliver a cheap mealie meal price that they promised the Zambian people. Remember when they said people are going to buy mealie meal at 50 kwacha, and yet they didn't have even an agenda on production of mealie meal. Remember when they promised the Zambian people that when they come into power, they are going to end load shedding. Load shedding in their government, in the UPND government, has doubled, then tripled, then quadrupled, with no end in mind. This is a definition of failure. They promised low fuel prices. What has happened? The fuel prices have doubled. What can you tell the Zambian people with such magnificent failure as a government?
And as leadership movement, I know for sure the many Zambians out there that are tuned in this evening, they want to hear what exactly you're going to offer when it comes to addressing these challenges, because you've already highlighted the cost of living or not shedding fuel, maybe mealie meal in general. But how are you going to address these issues if you're given the mandate come 2026?
I hope you are going to give me time to explain, because this is the first time I'm being on Sky FM. Number one, when it comes to agriculture, we have said that number one thing we are going to do as leadership movement is to ensure that every Zambian who owns a piece of land is given a title deed, because that's where owning Zambia starts from. It starts from title deeds. So the way we receive voters cards, right now people are getting voters cards, right now people are getting NRCs, right now people are registering to vote. Even in places where there are no roads, they are able to receive a voters card free of charge. The same way we are receiving voters cards, and the same way we are going to receive ballot papers printed in Dubai, that's how we are going to ensure that every Zambian who owns a piece of land is given a title deed. We want every Zambian to own a title deed, because that is our birthright. That's number one. Number two, when we give title deeds, it means that farmers are going to have something to start with. They are going to have possession, that is land. When our farmers have got land, we are going to move in with support on FISIP. Look at how FISIP has been mismanaged by the UPND. They send people from Lusaka, criminals, masquerading to be distributing fertilizer, yet when it gets there down in the villages, that fertilizer disappears. People walk out with a gallon of fertilizer, just a small part of a bag of fertilizer. This is unacceptable. Under the leadership movement, once people have a title, it means that whoever will be receiving FISIP, they will know, we are going to know how many hectares, how many limas somebody has. Then we are going to distribute FISIP according to the amount of land that somebody has. And our chiefs and headmen, they will be presiding over FISIP. They will be the ones distributing, because they are the ones who know their people, who know the farmers, not criminals from Lusaka going into villages, swindling the villagers of their fertilizer and finding the fertilizer itself back to Lusaka being sold on a black market. We want our chiefs, we want headmen, everyone to participate in ensuring that we distribute farmer input to the farmers, to peasant farmers, so that they can have support they need. Because these people, they know the farmers, they know the land they have, chiefs know their land, and so on and so forth. So that I'm moving forward. From that point, when farmers do their production, now that we have given them land, we have given them support in form of fertilizer and seed, they produce. Because leadership movement, we have been clear, every district is going to have a state farm. We are going to have state farms in every district. This means that there will be no situation that we are having today where government doesn't produce anything. Government is completely bankrupt of production. It is dependent on peasant farmers to feed the nation. We as leadership movement want the government to have state farms in every district. We are going to have a state farm in Mazabuka. We are going to have a state farm in Monze. We are going to have a state farm in Nalolo. We are going to have state farms everywhere in every district, so that production of maize will be handled by the state with so many jobs, so that when we produce this maize and all other farm products, Zambia will never starve. When we do this, it means that that farmer today, when he produces, we are seeing how farmers are being abused by the day. Farmers produce maize, they go to sell to FRI. FRI up to now has never paid these farmers. How much is the price of a bag of mini meal? 340 kwacha per bag. It means that if a person harvests about 100 bags of maize, he's going to only make 34,000 kwacha. That 34,000 kwacha will never take a farmer anywhere. That's why they are forever peasant farmers. When you look at these commercial farmers, we have given them the right to go and export. These farmers in Mukushi, for instance, they are going to harvest maize and sell in America's maize feed, and they will make a 2,500 kwacha per bag. Now, in our agenda as leadership movement, we want farmers, when they harvest their maize, instead of selling to FRA, FRA is going to own trucks under the leadership movement. These trucks, that is where whichever farmer that harvests, you harvest 100 bags, you put them on the FRA truck, off to Congo, off to Angola. You go and sell that maize at a high price, not this price we are seeing today. When someone sells 100 bags in Congo at 2,000 kwacha per bag, or in Angola, he's going to make 200,000 kwacha. Imagine 200,000 kwacha coming, and he removes only 5,000 kwacha for transport to pay FRI, and that money they invest at their place, and farming becomes a business. So we want farming to be a business.
Let's look at the probabilities or possibilities of this thing. I know obviously the voters out there, or the Zambian citizens, they've had it quite enough, where politicians have walked to them and promised them heaven on earth, and all these things, they really sound like these are things that yes, you really want to do, but when you're given the mandate, obviously your story will change with time. But we want us to get it from you, Mr. President. What are the possibilities that these things that you are mentioning now, promising the Zambian people to give this mandate to lead them, is what you're going to stick with if you're given the mandate? I believe the issues of load shedding as well, solutions were being made at the time of campaigns, even in this same regime, and a lot more that we can point out today. But what are the chances of you delivering on these promises that you're giving the Zambian people?
You have not given me the chance to talk about what we want to do. So if you give me enough time, then you ask me, then I'm going to tell you, I'm sure you are going to see why we believe that these things can be done. So on the issue of agriculture, we have seen peasant farmers not growing. Peasant farmer being swindled. Right now as we speak, the government is going to sell the maize, which they bought, by the way, at 340 kwacha. They are going to sell to Congo at a high price, at around 2,000 kwacha per bag. That money, the government will use it. Much of it will disappear through corruption. But that farmer there in Monze, in Mazabuka, who will remain poor. Leadership movement want those farmers themselves to export their maize so that they can make a lot of money and bring that money to their land and invest in their land. That is what we are talking about. When we see farmers not benefiting from farming, it's because we don't use farming as a business. We keep them like civil servants. Leadership movement wants to open up. Every farmer, you harvest 10 bags, you sell in Congo or Angola, you come with a lot of money in form of dollars and invest on your land. This is what we are talking about on the issue of agriculture. Because we are going to have state farms to make people, to maintain the food basket here in Zambia, in every district. We have 115 districts. Every district is going to have a state farm. It means that we will forget about the hunger that we are going through today. When it comes to load shedding, the idea of load shedding, the issue of load shedding, we had it with the solution that our president said in the 2021 campaign time. You remember what he was saying? He was saying that in Dubai, there is no load shedding, yet there are no rivers. Why should we have load shedding here? When we get into power, we are going to end load shedding. No one asked the president, what solution do you have? The same way you are failing to give me this opportunity to explain our solution. We need politicians to explain in depth what they are going to do. The UPND didn't have any chance to explain to the Zambian people. It was just using slogans. And what has happened today? They have failed lamentably. They thought that going to buy solar panels and installing in Zambia, they are going to end load shedding. Yet they have failed lamentably. And load shedding can never be ended by these so-called solar panels, because solar can never replace the active power that is needed to drive the industries, to drive the economy, and so on and so forth. Much of it is very limited. You have never heard someone buying solar and is doing welding. You have never heard someone running a salon with solar.
So
these are the limitations.
What's
the solution for the leadership movement? This is the song we have been singing every time. When we come into power, we are bringing nuclear power production. We have uranium in Solwezi. We have boron in Kabwe. We have all these minerals, and we have allowed foreigners to loot them. We are not benefiting. We want nuclear power production here. Right now, there are new technologies in nuclear power production. There are modular nuclear power plants, modules that you can come and install. We have a lot of water bodies to generate steam, to drive the turbines. You can make a nuclear power plant near Bangalore there. And you can have electricity, abundant electricity. A small nuclear power plant will produce up to 15,000 megawatts. And we are talking about 3,000 megawatts that we use the whole Zambia, because Kariba North Bank is now just producing around 600 megawatts. Kafue Gorge around 400 megawatts. This limitation, if we come up with a nuclear power plant, we are going to only make use of 3,000 megawatts from the nuclear power plant. The remaining 12,000 megawatts would be selling to South Africa, Angola, Zimbabwe, you can name them, and bringing all the dollars in this country. That is a business plan that we are talking about, not these fake solutions that we are getting from the UPND. We need to take examples from this young Ibrahim Traore. We have seen what he has done in 2 years. When the UPND government is giving excuses, him in 2 years, he took over all the mines. They are producing out of the money they get from the mining, the gold mining. They have built roads in 2 years. They have built industries in 2 years. They are building the nuclear power plant in 2 years, which will supply the whole West Africa.
The argument there will be like, yes, we're a democratic country, and that's a country under dictatorship, Dr. President. Don't you believe that obviously this is as to why things are moving quite on a supersonic speed?
So if you tell me that dictatorship can produce such type of quantum development, then I would go for dictatorship. It's the best then. But I know that it is not the type of leadership that defines development. It's the mindset. The mindset that is coming from Ibrahim Traore is totally different from the mindset that we have with our leadership here. This is why we have seen dictators who have failed to deliver anything to their people. And we have seen democratic governments that have delivered to their people, because their mindset is about production. Their mindset is about putting their people in front and foreigners out. This is what we want. Ibrahim Traore is actually the reincarnation of Thomas Sankara. They have been producing great leaders there. We, on the other side, we have been voting for mediocre leaders. Leaders who don't love their country, leaders who don't care about their country, leaders who come into power just to make money. Look at what is happening with our country today. We have sold out this country. We have given up our mineral resources. We have given up on copper. We have given up on gold, on manganese, on everything. You can name them.
But licenses are being given
are the problems
now.
that we have.
Yes, but the UPND government boasts of prioritizing the miners, the small scale miners in the country. Don't you think that's the right way that they've taken? And maybe how best do you want this situation to be dealt with?
Look at this. When we started talking about the mining in 2021, UPND was on top of its voice saying we don't have a hand in mining. We need only foreign investors. And leadership movement started preaching picks and shovels. We told the people to say we can do mining with picks and shovels. Let's get into mining. We need mining. Zambians must own the mines. And we preached this issue until Zambians started understanding why the government was still running on a colonial mindset that believes that anything foreign is better. A colonial mentality that thinks that foreigners can develop Mother Zambia. They saw Mufumbwe Saga. They saw Abana God going in with picks and shovels. They realized and renamed that as artisanal mining. Thanks to the leadership movement's pervasive preaching that we need to own our minerals, not foreigners. President Hakainde Hichilema is on record saying KCM, we don't have to get KCM. When the previous governors, not knowing that these people are selfish, they do not come here to develop Mother Zambia. They come here to loot this country and leave it worse than they found it. And that is what is happening today.
In case you're just joining us, this is the Sky Forum on Sky FM, and today we are privileged to host the leadership movement president, that's Dr. Richard Silumbe. And in 2 minutes time we'll be opening the phone lines. I can see the phone is already buzzing. People want to engage with the president, but very soon in the next 2 minutes we'll be having the phone line officially open. But quick enough, other 2 minutes, President, maybe just shed more light on the party strategy for 2026 general election before we open the phone lines.
We want, first of all, I've not finished on the agenda, because I am going to receive calls that do not even understand what I'm talking about here. They'll be talking about things that they have not grasped. So I want to focus on what we want to do. We want ZNS mines. When we come into power, we want every part where there are minerals, a ZNS mine, mushrooms there. We have seen how Zambians are suffering in terms of they dig manganese. They have nowhere to sell manganese. These miners, artisanal miners, they are selling minerals that are very expensive at a song. The other day I found young people in Mukushi digging manganese, and they are selling 50 kwacha per ton. When you look at the global price of manganese, it's $2,500 per ton, and the people are selling, who are buying, they are the Chinese. Then they say what a high price. Zambians remain poor. Abana gold today in Mumbwa, everywhere you are seeing Zambians are digging gold, but they have nowhere to sell. They are only selling to the Chinese at a song. And you have Bank of Zambia here in Zambia saying they are going to buy gold from concession mining. What a shame of the government. What a shame. When we come into power, we are going to have the Mineral Reserve Agency, where every Zambian who engages in mining, they have where to sell. They dig the mineral, they come to Mineral Reserve Agency. They sell at a good price and earn a living. Whilst we are running ZNS mines, because we need to develop Zambia. We need our minerals to be in our hands. This is why Ibrahim Traore is beating every other government in Africa, because he has put it as a personal mission. Burkinabes are happy to have such a leader. As we have a sellout in this government, we are having sellout government that puts foreigners first and Zambians second. We need to rectify that.
Dr. Silumbe, let's accommodate the phone calls this time around. Check our times exactly 19:31, and we've done 31 minutes into the hour 19. So now the phone line is officially open. The MTN number is 0966 100 885, and the Airtel number is 0571 822 10. 0966 100 885. That's MTN. And Airtel number is 0571 822 10. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, your name, where are you calling us from?
Thank you. Thank you very much. How are you, Mr. Moderator?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. You are speaking with Sajina in Mother Town Province. How is the studio?
Yeah, we are alright. Yes, your quick submission, Sachin.
Richard Silumbe.
Kawotu.
Tumakamba mafora ma station ya mbili Millennium Radio, Joy FM.
Yes. Your quick submission.
You know the name of Mr. Chinda. Let me continue what I need to talk.
Yes.
Silumbe. Makamba vitolele makamba vambili hapa. Ukonde ma UPNT. So can you comparing UPNT family inangena right now in 4 years in power. Na PF family wanachita na ba UPNT family wanachita. Mimi tivamushe. Family wanachita ba PF na ba UPNT.
Okay.
UPNT inasebenza 100%.
Okay.
Not PF. Hapa family mulipatani pa radio.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Chinda. We need to accommodate calls, other callers as well. We have limited time.
Thank you very much, but this is my brother, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah.
Don't cutting you. Well, I want to pass that to you. That's one day in the way you look to one day. My program no more retire. But I don't want to. Come at you, come at Tamandi. You don't want to look TV, not to. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Chinda. We do appreciate 0966 100 885 and 0571 80 22 10. We need to accommodate as many calls as possible. So, yeah. Good evening. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, at Mandanzina. Yes, Wakufuna, your quick submission.
Yes. You know, it's my root. That's the way the UPND money the government. When I promise you, when I was bad down, my father is that you have to see. We will start up in the way.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Kufuna. All right. We do appreciate it. 0966 100 885 is the number you are calling us on. And the Airtel number is 0571 822 10. We do have Dr. Richard Silumbe, Leadership Movement President. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, your name? Where are you calling us from?
Dennis is my name.
Yes, Mr. Dennis.
Yeah, the only thing that I wanted to comment is these people who come on radio with a biased mind, I think it's not right. Let us contribute as a Zambian, not as a UPND cadre, as a PF cadre. No. That's my contribution.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate Mr. Dennis for your contribution. 0966 100 885 0571 822 10. That's Airtel number 0571 822 10. Okay, that's the number you are calling us on. We want to hear from you this evening. We do have President Richard Silumbe representing the leadership movement. Good evening.
8250571.
Hello. Hello. Okay, we've lost that one. 0966 100 885 and Airtel number 0571 82210. That's the number you are calling us on. Dr. Silumbe, okay, let's accommodate this one and then you get to respond. Good evening.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Fine, how are you? Your name?
Yes, my brother. I'm back again. I'm Mr. Chinda.
Yes, Mr. Chinda. Yes.
Yes. Ndaberega mayezi manji kutuma radio station na. Noti wamba kuti muntu alilo utabandige ichanda utabandige ubandiga chanda utindibandige. Abo ngiyo bamene bazamba kutusunga nakubasanga bamene abo. Barika Silumbe. Let's to support Timbo.
Yes.
Noti kumwa kwamba kuti muntu itabandiga uyita against amuntu oyo. You know?
Yes, so we need. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Chinda. We need to accommodate as many calls. Thank you.
I'm UPNG 100%. There's no one to come to challenge me. I told you know?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Chinda. We need to be very civil when you're calling a radio or TV station. We need to be professional as well. So there's a limited time that you need to be given as you call, as a caller on radio. You can't just call and have a lengthy conversation just because, yes, we understand you're a radio champion. It doesn't work like that, Mr. Chinda. Good evening. Hello? Yes, your name? Yes, your name? Where are you calling us from? Yes, can you reduce the volume on the radio? Hello? Okay, we can't get you. Remember to give us a call on those numbers 0966 100 885 as well as 0571 82210. Let's see if we can pick 2 more calls and then we allow the president to respond. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, your name? Where are we calling us from?
Christopher Mambakwe from Tendele, but never won the children. But I'm around the fact so.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Chris.
So when they for Granda from the bottom of my heart, so they for Granda, now my contribution is not sure I know in the Chako when I the door of winner. I also mentioned what the voters can recently 3 million just to vote for HH. Because we won't show up a normal they do take away shape of the end of them of statutory. You know, I take a PF by the non taxi.
What is your take on what has already been discussed here, Mr. Chris?
My take is just the
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Chris. We do appreciate. Let's accommodate one more call. Maybe. Yes, you can respond, President. Looking at time.
So Chris, I think nimwe watabali normal. That's why mulela ndirati mule supporta HH paka 2090 pantu muntu fyo aba normal teti alandenga imwe ba Chris mwilabe pano obufimu aisa pamulabasa mulela ndatawe nendefu afi muntu fyo aba normal teti kuti ale supporta HH nikwisamo amwena ama election ya 2090 ba HH bakawako mu 2090 tebufunfu ntungubo wakwebati mulefu aya abantu bakonke. That's why bakola babachanda tido muleisa pamulabasa mule lande fintu fire umfuika konomo pantu namukwata abana imwe ba Chris namukwata abana mule landa tawe HH paka 2090 virifye bwino fyonse nimwe mulukaba bafyashi bashana bafyasha bakwata bakwete na direction umuntu uri nomo teti a support load shedding iyakula kwata fyama light 3 hours nishtauli nomo ngole support fat firifye bwino umuntu uri nomo teti a support fuel yali basangire fuel pali 17 kwacha yafika pali 30 kwacha ati fintu firifye bwino muri 4 years fintu fyasa double ubunga wali pali 90 kwacha iliyo nomba after 4 years waisaba pali 300 na pali 400 ati fintu firifye bwino umuntu waba nomo afirifye ale supporta imwe ba Chris imwe katuishinga mwababanga mwe baba nomo leero abe na Zambia bale emyumfwa pamirabasa opo mulelandira balemono kwati muleba shenteka olo kushenteka abena Zambia techisumayo muleba settinga mulebesha mumano ifintu nafiru bana tulelanda ma solution apa imo mulemona kwati tule masange. We need development, real development. We want real solution for solar, not mwaya wule fuma solar panel. When you go to China, where you are getting these solar panels, they are running on nuclear power plants. Solar is meant for poor countries like yourselves, like Zambia. You go and cut down trees on thousands of hectares and you make a solar farm. When we come into power, that solar farm will be uprooted there. The owners of that solar farm should be renting rooftops on houses. They come to Kabwata, they start renting. Mulese ndako kanono. Vabika pama solari 20 apa, napanga ndaimbi 20. Firafiri no tuko na ule mpanga. Apa kwa ture lima. That's arable land. Those are not solution. When you go to China, even ama solar farm panga pa sea, pa ocean, where there is nothing, then most of its industrial development is anchored on nuclear power production. That is what is happening in Europe. That is what is happening in America and everywhere. And you are stuck in your mind that solar will solve your problem. We have seen 100 megawatts. It has nothing to do with any development. And they are talking about another 100 megawatts. You are talking about production of power that starts at 7 hours. By 18 hours nishi solar na ileko kupangwa. Pantu nishaka suwata kuli. A solution yomu ingalalanda. Mulebe pana abantu atiyo na tukwata solution. We need tangible, real solution so that Zambians can start living normal lives with abundant power. Okay. This is why we are talking about modular nuclear power production.
Okay. Let's accommodate more calls and see what the people are thinking or what they want to engage you on, Mr. President. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Can you reduce your volume on the radio? Hello? Yes, Mwemba. Mtumila kuti? Kumonze. Yes.
Yeah. Munga mboshozi amene yakambika radio ya ngakambika kuti vintu mulaife vintu nivovuta tiziva but vofunika chabe vankhala muntu afunika kubalansa because muntu akabalansa zapezeka kuti chabwino na chamushe chikabwera azakwanisa kuposanisa pali vintu vibiri vamene vizamufikira iyo time. That's why nikamba balance. So munga ngati muntu akamba munga ni ma politics pa radio bantu bambera. Sichimankala bwino ofunika wakamba cha zone.
Okay.
So tiziva kuti vaye chechi munga kusaidi kwanga kamba kuti niziva kuti UPND nikonda. Simunga kambe kuti bintu vishabe bwino munga kambe chabe pa kuti ati vintu kuno kusaide vingankali paralelo but munzeu zabantu vangakamba ati vaye chechi siwali bwino but kuzapezeka kuti pali chabe pang'ono pamene pali problem.
Okay.
My problem munga kunkani amasorazi amene ngenako kuti kuchuka mitengo watu wati.
As you want.
Izangara kuti izangara mungu sizapanga sense because why kuno valesha kuchuka mitengo ya marasha. Bayo ya mara ya kuti bafake masora panel. Izavongekezewa branch kujuliwa because valesha kuchuka mitengo.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We do appreciate. We need to accommodate other calls. Thank you so much for that contribution. 0966 100 885. Let's get to hear from you. Drop us also a voice note on WhatsApp on the same number, and Airtel number is 0571 822 10. Let's get to hear from this caller. Good evening. Hello. Bwino mwachoma atuandani mtumira kuti.
Kwa
Yes, wakwenyu.
Kugwela topic niposha kwa guest wali ku studio ko.
Sure.
Sio mbambili ba guest ni bwana.
Zikomo bakwenyu tuvera tulipo. Ndiye first time lelo. Nikambati ndiye first time.
Democracy, freedom of expression mukamba. Ete kizotokera pawanda paruting. Lakini utinde konene muri mutiri. Ima mukonde meke bakisosho ni muribe. Mukamba kama sola ima muyari ko kumbuyo. Why musumezo pasa government ya previous what if masora.
Mr. Konyu, thank you so much. We need to accommodate other calls. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much, Mr. Kwenyu, here in Lusaka. Well, I don't know if Mr. Kwenyu has been following the interview, because I believe, Dr. Silumbe, you've explained on some of the alternatives that you're thinking you're going to bring when you come in power. But anyway, I don't know whether they just chipped in and they feel you didn't highlight more on that. But anyway, this is the Sky Forum, 0966 100 as well as 0571 822 10. Soon enough, we should be closing up the phone line. Good evening.
Good evening, moderator. How are you?
Fine, how are you? Your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Thunder Voice calling you within the town of Moyo, Southern Province of Zambia.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Silumbe.
Good evening, sir.
I'm sorry to address you, Mr. Silumbe. I'm sure you are a doctor, but if I followed you...
It doesn't matter.
Dr. Silumbe. Thank you very much, Mr. Silumbe, for coming on the platform Sky FM Zambia. Moderator and Mr. Dr. Silumbe in the studio, you need to understand that you are dealing with human beings who are also having divergent views on the national matters. When coming on the platform, I know there are some people who have maybe shared your emotions, and at the end of the day you lose direction in the manner how you are responding to the people out there that are calling back to the radio station. But I would advise Dr. Silumbe to remain focused. From the beginning when I started following you, your manifesto, it's alright. But if you are not careful in this journey of politics, you lose it on the way. Giving back the land to the people of Zambia, it is one of the items that I have been admiring on your manifesto. And giving back the natural resources to the Zambians is one of the things that I have admiring in your manifesto. But upon introspection that I have done, I have seen that us as Zambians being part of Africa, we have not yet reached to the extent of being given things like natural resources for us to manage for ourselves.
Okay, as you wind up, yes.
Because we are too careless and we don't have that capacity. You can see what has been happening all along. As we are speaking now, there are some people who are being arrested and charged because of masquerading in the COVID scandals. That is one of the examples that I can give you to say, as Zambians, we are not yet there that we can be given mandate to manage these natural resources because we are too selfish.
Okay.
Talking about the HH, he is the president now, but the character assassination, it will not help us. What we need to do is to give checks and balances than in name calling. Look at what happened just recently where in Kenya, our neighbor here, they were having a day of reconciliation. People, those that are high profile people in the country, they are apologizing to one another to say, I called you name.
Okay, thank you so much. We need to give a chance to the president to respond to some of the issues that you've highlighted, and also looking at time, we do appreciate. I think not Mr. Chris, I forgot. But yeah, so thank you so much, Mr. President. Looking at time, I know time is not with us. Maybe you can just respond to that. The previous caller talks of Zambia as being selfish, and they think we are not able to run the mines as individuals. Do you think we don't have the capacity?
Well, first of all, just to make a statement on our caller, we appreciate your soberness in your delivery of ideas, and this is why I've paid attention to him and I've understood him, because he's a very sober caller, by the way. I would want to tell you that I am not emotional here, but I need to, I'm trying to impact some sense in some of these callers who would just come without following even what we are talking about, and then just chipping in because they are just cadres, because they are just vovozeras, because they just want to come and shoot down whatever we are talking about. Someone calls and he says, oh, kambani vamene muzachita, mulibe manifesto, but we are talking about what we are going to do here. So that is what we are trying to spunk out. But we are not emotional. There is no room for emotions in politics, but there is room for toughness. What you are hearing here is toughness at what we believe in as leadership movement. We believe that this is the way to go. We cannot allow people to get away with the idea that it's okay, things can be, our land can be auctioned, we can deal and settle on mediocre solutions such as solar panels when your friends are using uranium. We are getting uranium, by the way. The Americans are getting our uranium from Solwezi, and it's going to America to power nuclear power plants there. And us, we are saying it's okay. So these are the issues that we are bringing forward to discuss. There is no name calling here. We haven't named any leader. We are talking about the way we are running the country. We are talking about putting foreigners first and leaving Zambians behind. That is not name calling. It is the character of leadership, the mindset. We don't want a mindset that looks at foreigners as messiahs and giving them everything, giving away our natural resources and remaining poor ourselves. So that is what we are discussing here. And by and large, I think among the callers, many of them had something that we can talk about. I think they were just statements. I don't know how I can respond to someone who says, in my opinion, only HH can rule Zambia. I think I cannot. That's your opinion. I cannot answer to that. But I'm also expressing my opinion that things are very wrong and we need leadership that will take Zambia to the direction that every one of us and our children who appreciate that we had leadership that took us somewhere.
Dr. Silumbe, we do have 5 minutes to be here, and let's just get to it. What's the party's structure ahead of the 2026 general election, and also how do you position yourself? Are we expecting you on the ballot come 2026?
Definitely. The leadership movement is a movement that believes in true leadership. We want to deliver true leadership to this country. Along this journey that we have taken, we are not only settling for politicking, we are re-educating masses. It's an educational program. You have seen how we have aroused the thought process of so many of these scholars. Many of them are getting emotional because they have, I think, finally found other opposing ideas. It is the thesis and antithesis meeting to synthesize the direction, the way forward for the country. And that is our agenda. We are re-educating masses. Remember the UPND, when they came into power in 2021, they were talking about capitalism. When I came on many radio programs, except for this one, I said, we need a ZNS master plan to run this country. And all the callers, especially these usual callers, they said, we are backward. Why we are talking about ZNS? This president of ours is a capitalist. We are bringing new ideas. And 4 years down the line, they are very stuck and they have gone to ZNS. We are hearing of ZNS Milimil. We are hearing of Kwenyu on ZNS voluntary training and so on and so forth, including the president's son joining ZNS. That is an achievement already on the part of the leadership movement in re-educating the Zambian people, because we know that a national agenda on service and production is the only remedy for a country like Zambia to get back to production and sustainability.
President Silumbe,
as a country.
Are we seeing you on the ballot come 2026 general election?
You are going to see me on the ballot in 2026 and in 2031, God willing, and many other elections, because we are not about to turn around. We know that there is something wrong in this country, and this country needs leadership movement more than ever before. I'll be on the ballot. We are on the ballots. We are in the by-election. Southern Province, we are always there. We were in Nalikwanda, in Western Province, by-elections in Southern Province. We are in the Northern Province. We are everywhere. So we are gearing up. We have candidates everywhere. And whoever wants to stand on the leadership movement ticket, you are welcome. You can simply call 0970 484318, 0970 484318. You can contact me and we can work together, because we need more candidates, because this journey needs leadership that believes in Zambians, not a leadership that just comes up because they are sponsored by foreigners to come and pillage the nation. So we are awakening the Zambian people, and that is our agenda. We are very much around and we are on the move.
President Silumbe, I have to thank you for making this a possibility. I know it's your first time coming to Sky FM or Sky FM or Sky Forum rather, and I'm looking forward to extend another invitation so that we get to digest on a number of issues. I know for sure, due to time, I couldn't just accommodate all the issues that are surrounding governance, state of affairs, and a lot more. But I'm not just going to end the program without allowing you, under a minute, just to give an earnest appeal to the Zambian people.
Well, we have seen, we have witnessed as Zambians how this country is moving. Even the UPND, bona fide UPND, people are confessing, like that caller, to say we cannot say things are going well because things are bad. And this is what we are talking about. The UPND government must be worried, because when you have people expressing their dissatisfaction, it means that there is no need to wait for a big opposition political party or a strong opposition. The biggest opposition are the Zambian people, and you better watch out. We need the UPND to deliver to the Zambian people what they promised them. Otherwise, we are going to witness a disaster on their part. And this issue of constitution is nowhere near. We want the UPND government to think about the cost of living and not Bill 7 that they are pushing forward to confuse the Zambian people. We want Zambians to benefit in this country, and not the way we are seeing foreigners benefiting while Zambians are standing on the sidewalk, suffering in their own country.
President Silumbe, thank you so much for making an appearance once again, and looking forward to another exciting program.
Thank you very much.
All right, we were talking to President Silumbe, Richard Silumbe, from the leadership movement, and I believe you took one or two pointers from that conversation. Remember, the Sky Forum comes your way every weekday at 19 hours to 20 hours And hopefully tomorrow we'll be also featuring another interesting guest just to accommodate your calls, your participation, and a lot more. Thank you to all, or big thanks to all that had a chance to call in, and those that were trying to go in and couldn't just accommodate all the calls. We take pride and say thank you so much indeed. This is the People's Radio. That's Sky FM. My name is Alfred Chimba. Till tomorrow, same time, same place. And remember, we're still together again till the hour 21 hours.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily